Has your wife checked out of the marriage and said she's done, leaving you trying to save your marriage all alone? Are you sick and tired of trying to take one step forward and ending up taking 2 steps back every time you try to save your marriage? Well, brother, you're in the right place. Today I'm going to be teaching you a system to help you take steady steps forward in reconciling with your wife. Now, if we haven't met each other before, my name's Luke Finn and I help dads avoid unnecessary divorce and reignite the relationship with their wives. Now make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and smash that bell button to be notified each Tuesday when I release a new video. Now make sure to stick around to the end of this video to get the opportunity to enroll in my free masterclass. In the free masterclass, you're going to get to diagnose your marriage and learn what it's going to take to reconcile with your wife and discover the #1 hidden roadblock currently preventing you from reconciling with your wife. So with all that being said, let's dive right in. So before we get into the system that's going to help you save your marriage, let's first off look at the #1 myth that's currently preventing you from reconciling with your wife. And the myth goes like this. It's called the "it takes 2 to tango" myth. Have you heard of it before? And this basically insinuates that it takes 2 people to reconcile, and this is just not true. If you look at any relationship in a marriage where there's 2 people still trying to save the marriage, there's usually one person who's more engaged, more bought in, that wants to save the marriage more. And the thing is, they are the one that initiate the change. They're the one that gets the ball moving. And you can do the exact same thing by applying the proven process. You can be the one to initiate the change to get your wife to check back into your marriage. Now, coming into this video here, guys, you're probably feeling like you've tried everything. I hear this a lot. I've tried everything, Luke. And what I want you to do, guys, is own up here. Let me know in the comments if you've tried these things, and also if you feel like you've tried everything to reconcile with your wife. So the #1 thing is, when your wife says she's done and checked out of the marriage, what do you start to do? You start looking after the kids more, because you want to show her that, well, you've changed and that you care and you can be different. So you start looking after the kids more. Let me know in the comments, guys, have you done this before? #2 is you start doing more household chores around the house, because again, you want to show her that you've changed, that you've heard her, and that you can help out more around the house. So let me know, #2, drop #2 in the comments if you've been doing more household chores around the house. Or #3, you ask her to go to the counseling. Go to the marriage counseling with you because now you really want to work on the marriage. You didn't want to do it a couple of years ago, but now you see how serious it is and you want to work on the marriage. And then she says no, and you're like, oh no, is it even possible for me to reconcile now? And guys, you can be happy that you're not going to marriage counseling if she said no to you. Because I hear from many, many men when they go in there that all that happens is you go in, you sit down, as soon as your as soon as your wife mentions that she wants to get a divorce, the conversation switches very quickly from how do you guys work together to reconciling to how do you split up assets and divide up amicably. And this is not what you want. So you can be happy if your wife has already told you she doesn't want to go to counseling with you. You can be happy, you can save yourself that experience. Or #4, maybe you've been reading a lot of books or watching YouTube videos like this to try and get as much knowledge as possible to reconcile with your wife, to understand her needs, to understand her love language, and none of this is working, right guys? So let me know in the comments, have you been done 1, 2, 3, or 4? Let me know in the comments, guys. And when you try all these different things, nothing works. And you're like, I've tried everything and nothing works. You need a proven process to reconcile with your wife. Now, I'm going to be teaching you today my ARC system. The ARC system has helped hundreds of dads reconcile from some of the most dire situations. Like my client, Jeremy. He came into my program, his wife was completely checked out of the marriage. She was talking to a divorce lawyer. She said she hated him. And he went in, applied this process I'm about to teach you today. And within a very short period of time, his wife had done a U-turn, checked back into the marriage, and now they're having the most intimate relationship in 13 years in their marriage. So, the ARC system is basically made up of 4 pillars of self-mastery. Now, I'm going to be covering one of these pillars today in detail, but I want to give you an overview of actually how this ARC system looks. Now, all my clients that come into my program go through these 4 pillars of self-mastery, and the basis is self-care. Self-care, guys, you've got to look after yourself. You need to make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating well, drinking enough water, taking care of yourself. Nobody can help you in your situation if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not looking after yourself, getting enough sleep, eating and drinking well, because you're a mess. You're all over the place. you need to take care of yourselves, guys. And I know you're going through a bit of a storm at the moment. It's a tough time in your life. You need to have your back, so you need to take care of yourself. And that's the foundation of this mastery, of this self-mastery, is self-care. Now, once you are taking care of yourself, the first step is emotional self-mastery. What do I mean by emotional self-mastery? At the moment, you feel like you're going up and down on an emotional roller coaster, right? Because there's days where she's like, oh yeah, I can see you're changing, or maybe she talks to you a little bit more, and you're like, oh, we're going to reconcile. Or there's days where she says, I'm done, I told you I want a divorce, and you plummet down and you feel hopeless. Guys, the first step in the ARC system is emotional mastery. You need to bring stability. You need to learn how to regulate your emotions. Now, I cover more of this in the free masterclass, so make sure to stick around to the end to be able to start your journey of emotional self-mastery. The second pillar in the 4 pillars of self-mastery is mindset, guys. Mindset is extremely important. You need to know what to do, and more importantly almost, is what not to do when it comes to reconciling with your wife. And I'm going to be going into detail into this second pillar today on the mindset that you need to have to reconcile with your wife. The third part, or the third pillar in this system, is communication. How do you start de-escalating situations when your wife's getting angry, start listening to her more and rebuilding the emotional safety in the relationship so you can connect? And how do you start communicating from your heart when you've got something on your chest and you want to address it and find a solution, but without her feeling blamed and shamed, so you guys can find a solution together? And finally, guys, once you've got these 3 pillars in place, the final pillar, the 4th pillar, is confidence. You're confident about, you've got your emotional mastery locked down, you've got your mindset mastery locked down, and you've got your communication self-mastery locked down. So you just start feeling really confident, you feel magnetic, you start noticing how your wife wants to be around you more, she's reaching out more, she starts telling you that she's missing you. And when you put all these 4 pillars in place, what you get is, it's inevitable. You get reconnection, you get your wife coming back into the marriage, and you get to work on the marriage together and to create that unbreakable marriage. Okay? So they're the 4 pillars, and today what we're going to be covering is pillar number 2, mindset, because this is so important, guys. Your mindset will play a huge part in whether you're going to be able to reconcile with your wife or not. And there's 2 types of mindsets. The first one is the handbrake mindset, and this is not the mindset you want to have. You do not want this mindset. This is a mindset of a weak and needy person. You do not need this mindset. And this mindset goes where you're completely focused on signs of hope of your wife's behavior. So there's days where you're like, oh wow, she sent me a message, or there's a chance that we're going to reconcile, or she spoke with her friend about Christmas holidays, or we're going to go somewhere on holidays, so she's obviously still thinking about us reconciling. Guys, this is horrendous. You're looking for signs of hope. Your wife does want a divorce. She is completely done. There's no point in looking to her for signs of hope. She's not going to give you any. And this just causes you going up and down on this emotional roller coaster. Stop looking for signs of hope from your wife's behavior. She's done, and she really does believe the best thing for her is to move on with her life without you, okay? The second thing is, you want your wife to see your change. Like, you become a show pony where you're cleaning up around the house more, looking after the kids, getting her gifts. You become a show pony, and all you want to do is show her that you've changed. Guys, this is a handbrake mindset. You need to be focused on you, becoming a better version of you, a strong magnetic man, rather than focus on trying to show her little actions. Actions around the house is not real change, guys. So you don't want to be a show pony and just focus on her getting to see your change, all right? The third thing is, the handbrake mindset is where you say things like, I've tried everything, I know her, she's made up her mind, she's just stubborn. Guys, you're completely focused on her. Like I said, she has checked out of the marriage. She does believe it's in her best interest to go it alone in her life without you. But that doesn't mean that you can't save your marriage. You can save the marriage by applying a proven process. So, and the final thing here, guys, is the handbrake mindset is when you start catastrophizing. It's like every time something happens along your road to reconciliation, you start catastrophizing. Oh my God, it's done now. She's on her phone. She's on her phone texting somebody. She's not talking to me. Or she's out, I know she's on a dating app. Oh my God. Or she's spending time with that other guy. Oh my God, it's done. I can't do anything. It's over. Guys, these are all hallmark signs of a handbrake mindset. You do not need this mindset. This mindset is going to literally handbrake and stop you from reconciling with your wife. So you do not want any of these in your mindset. You want to get rid of these and eradicate these altogether. So now that we've covered the handbrake mindset, what you don't want to be a weak and needy man. Let's look at the accelerator mindset. This is the mindset of a strong, attractive, magnetic man, all right? The mindset is like this. First off is you fall in love with the process of becoming a strong and magnetic man. My program, the ARC system, is a system that creates strong magnetic men, all right? That's what it does day in, day out, creates strong and magnetic men, and as a byproduct, these men attract their wives back into their marriage and create an unbreakable marriage. But with the handbrake mindset is so focused on the outcome, to get her to say yes, to reconcile, to want to work on the marriage together. That's handbrake. The accelerator mindset is you fall in love with the process of becoming a strong magnetic man, and you attract her back in. Just like my client Az, when he came into the program, he fell in love with the process. His wife was completely checked out, having an affair, wanted nothing to do with him. He started focusing on the process, has become this strong and magnetic man, and guess what's happening now, guys? Now, his wife is reaching out to him, sending him more and more messages. She's told him she sees his changes and he looks better than he ever did before. And she's also said that she's questioning whether it was the right decision. So Az is on the road to reconciliation because he fell in love with the process rather than getting focused on the outcome. So the second thing is a willingness to learn and reflect. Guys, this is really important. The accelerator mindset is all about being open and learning a new process of how to interact with your wife and how to attract her back in. Just like my client Love, when he enrolled in the program and started learning and reflecting on his own behavior, his wife was completely checked out of the marriage. She was not interested in him, also having an affair, blocked him on all social media. He started applying this process, and guess what now, guys? When he jumps on my group sessions, sometimes he has to jump off the call because his wife is pestering him so much, calling him up, wants to be connecting with him, wants to see what he's doing, misses him, and because he's become so magnetic. So these are the contrasts of where he was and where he is now after applying the accelerator mindset. And finally is you need to focus on the wins and learn from the challenges. And an accelerator mindset is constantly focused on all the progress that he's making and focuses on the wins, how he's becoming a better dad, how he's becoming a better man, how he's becoming more strong and magnetic. And when challenges pop up, he addresses them as well, but he learns from them, right? He doesn't go into catastrophizing, okay? So that's the accelerator mindset. And if you want to reconcile with your wife in the next few months, I highly recommend you need to implement this accelerator mindset. Now, I promised you at the beginning of this video the opportunity to enroll in my free masterclass. In this free masterclass, you're going to get to begin your journey of emotional self-mastery to start showing up as the empowered man that your wife needs. You're also going to get to discover the number one reason why your wife is checked out of the marriage and diagnose your marriage and learn what it's going to take to reconcile. So if you'd like to go into that free masterclass, guys, check down in the description. You'll find the link. You can enroll in the free masterclass, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. And if you haven't done already, I want to extend an invitation to join my marriage support group for dads, a free Facebook group filled with a wonderful community of dads who are completely committed to creating an unbreakable marriage. So check out the link down below. It's in the description. I look forward to seeing you in the group. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you've got any questions at all, post them down in the comments. And if you found this video useful, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and smash that bell button to be notified every Tuesday when I release a new training. So with all that being said, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.